when you were going to die? What if you knew the exact time that you were going to die? The exact date, the exact time, the exact place. What if you knew when you were going to die? What do you think you would do differently in your life? How do you think you would show up? How do you think you would, hello, how are you? How do you think you would act, right? Like, would things be different? If you knew when your life was over, would you be different right now? I did an exercise a couple of months ago called the Dash. And what the Dash is, what's up, Sam? The Dash is something that it's basically, it's the time you're born to the time you die. The time in between it is called the Dash. And so if you knew when your time was going to expire on this earth, how would you show up every single day? What would you do today, right now, if you knew that tomorrow was the last day on earth? How would you perform? Who would you call? What would you have wished you did? What would you have wished you didn't do? Right? When we get to our death point, and so what we actually did is we buried ourselves in the ground. All right. We took a shovel, we buried ourselves in a field, we got in a body bag, and then we closed it. Well, they closed it, and then they threw dirt back on top of us. It's called the Dash. It's pretty extreme. But when you're in there, it's pure silence and meditation. It's exactly like, what do I want my eulogy to say when I am no longer here? How do I want people to perceive me? What do I want my legacy to be? And when you think about that, it changes everything, because everybody thinks they have a lot more time, right? I graduated from high school at 17. I always thought, oh, I'm so young. I have time. And then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're 39 years old. You're like, where did all that time go? I remember I had all this time, but where did it all go? So my question that I ask you is, what do you want your tombstone to say? How do you want to be remembered at the end of the day? What do you want to be remembered for? And most people are not going to be remembered for what they hope they're remembered for. Most of us are not going to live up to our means. We're going to think we did a great job. We're going to think we accomplished a lot, but we're going to get to our deathbed and we're going to realize we could have been a better husband. We could have been a better wife. We could have been a better father. We could have been a better brother. We could have been a better friend. We could have taken better care of our health. We could have done all these things. We could have worked smarter and had more time to be with our family and the people we cared about. But we made the choices to not get up and go do those things on the Friday or Saturday that we should have done, because we were tired from working a job that we hated. But we never did anything about that. We never changed that portion of our life. We complained about it, but we didn't change it. So what do you want your life to be like? Remember, this is your birth, this is your death, this is your dash. What if today, under the full moon, this very powerful, energetic full moon, what if today you took this opportunity to look at the things that no longer serve you and look at the things that you want to bring into your life more of, right? And you journaled about it, and then you meditated, and then you went to sleep and you worked on that every day for the next 30 days, right? What would your life look like in 30 days if you worked on one or two or three things every day consistently? You can't change things overnight, but you can change little things over time. Little daily disciplines over time add up to extremely large changes over time. Right? You look at the trees outside of your house, and they were so small when you planted them, but now they're huge. I was with my mom in her garden the other day, and in 2017, ignore my chair behind me. That's completely, the leather's ripping and falling apart. We planted some peppers and some eggplants back in 2017, right? We planted them back in 2017, and these lived through the freezes. They've lived through the heat. They've lived through nobody watering them for months at a time. And now if you look at how thick the stalks are on them, they're massive. They're like this thick, right? The rose bushes in the front of her house that I planted with my friends back in 1997 for some extra money. The branches are like trees. They didn't grow overnight. They grew over the last 25 years. God, that sounds crazy to say. 25 years. Wow, that's crazy. Where do you want to be in 20 years? Right? Stop worrying about the small investments that you're not making in yourself and start making those investments. Start taking action today. Everybody's so worried, everybody's so worried in life about things that don't matter. But the things that actually matter, they don't want to take any action on. Right? People are so consumed with the news and things that don't matter, but they don't take action on things that they can change right now. And it hurts to see people that have so much potential not live it. It hurts because people aren't living into their goals and their dreams and their passions. Instead, they're doing things that don't serve them over and over and over and over again. And they're going to wake up 10 years from now. They're going to be the same place that they think they're going to be in a better place. But if you don't take action right now, you're going to be in a worse place because 10 years have passed and you haven't made a change. And you lost the opportunity and you lost the energy and now you've lost the drive. Right? Remember when you were 17, 18, 19, how much energy you had? And then in the 20s, how much energy you had? Now you're in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s and the energy starts to slow down. Yeah, we get older, right? We get older. We don't take care of our health. We don't drink the water we should drink. We don't eat the food we should eat. We're not putting the exercise on the priority. We're not taking care of ourselves physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually. We're not tending to our gardens of life that God gave us, right? This body, like that you neglect every fucking day, kills me. Right, Sam? When people don't take care of themselves, right? They don't educate themselves. Look, you can get on YouTube, you can get on Clubhouse, you can get on all these different free platforms, and you can get information overload. But information ain't shit. It's transformation. How do you get transformation? You got to pay for it. You got to sign up for it. You got to implement it. Nobody wants to do the hard work, right? If there's two roads and one leads to the tram to take you up the mountain, the other one leads to 10 miles of uphill hiking, guess where most people are going to go? They're going to go left to the easy road. But if you go right enough times to the hard road, guess what? That stops becoming hard. It becomes easy. And you become stronger mentally and emotionally and physically. You become calloused of the mind and the feet and the hands, right? People don't want that, right? People don't want that. Yeah, words without actions become a lie. Accountability, implementation, y'all. I'm on Instagram too, my Facebook and YouTube friends. Words without actions are a lie. You're just fucking lying to yourself. Stop doing that. Don't lie to yourself. Take action. Look, little things over and over and over again done become habits. Make your bed when you wake up in the morning. But my spouse is over there. I'm not telling you to flip the sheets and kick them out. Make your side, right? Make your side. Make that a daily habit. Make it a daily habit before you take a shower. You're going to move your body for 5 or 10 minutes, right? 5 or 10 minutes a day is 70 minutes a week. That's more than what most people do in a month. And you could do that in a week. You don't have to start running, but just do squats and push-ups, right? Make that extra cold call. People are like, I don't want a cold call. It's 2021, Vic. I don't want to make a sales call. Look, you got to do something, right? Double down on social media. That's what I'm doing right now, right? Get your email list out. That's what I'm writing right now. Work on your business. Work on yourself. Work on the things that are important to you. Look, you're going to die. The dash is short. We think we have a long time on this world. Love you, Sam. I'll see you on Tuesday, bro. We don't. We got a very short period. Say goodnight to the kids too, bro. His kids are little ninja stars. They're rock stars, right? They're disciplined. They're doing the hard things so that when they're older in life isn't going to be so hard because they're doing physical hard stuff. The more physical activity you do, the harder you push yourself, the better you become in life. We got to push ourselves. We got to do uncomfortable things. Life is short, y'all. If you always take the comfortable road, you're going to get to the end of life and it's going to be very uncomfortable. If you do the things right now that are uncomfortable, you're going to get to the end of life and it's going to be very comfortable. The choice is always yours. It's never anybody else's. If you don't make the right choices today, tomorrow is going to be very hard. I promise you. If you don't make the right choices today with your finances, with your fitness, with your faith, with your family, with your friends, with your business, tomorrow will be very difficult. I promise you. Slavery in America exists and exists every day to the majority of the world because what's up, cousin? It exists every day because most of the world wakes up as a slave to their bills, a slave to their government, a slave to their car payment, a slave to their house payment, a slave to their employer, a slave to everything that they're not able to get out from underneath because they don't want to put the work in. And so if you want to get out of slavery in the 21st century, you got to take massive action so that you don't have to be a slave to everything in your life. But most people aren't willing to do the work. And most people will die a slave to the tax man, right? They call him Uncle Sam, but they really should call him Robber Sam because he ain't your uncle. What uncle comes in and steals all your money and then audits your accounts and then puts a freeze on your life? That sounds like a horrible uncle to me. If you want to get out of slavery in the 21st century, you got to make a lot of money. You got to have great relationships and you got to take care of your health. If you don't, what are you going to have tomorrow? What are you going to have tomorrow? Right? The DASH exercise. Think about the time you're born. Think about the time you die. Think about the time you have in between. Think about the eulogy you want. Think about what you want on your tombstone. Think about what you want your kids to say. Think about what you want your neighbors to say. Think about what you want to leave behind. That dash, which is called your lifetime, is small. It's short, and it's going to fly by even faster and faster and faster. Every year we're alive, the dash flies faster. So if you want to have a life worth living, think about the time you were born, think about the time you die, and think about the time in between it. Because I know most of my friends are getting into their 30s, 40s, and 50s. All right. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I see people know each other on the Instagram page. Super dope. Follow me. I like to have fun, but I also like to talk about real shit. And that's what matters in life, is talking about the things that actually matter. Kristen, I appreciate you. Jose, Dan, Ankush, everybody, Pam, all my friends that are on here. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry, but think about what you want to say. Think if you could write your eulogy, what would your eulogy say? If you could write your eulogy, what would it say? Think about that today. It's a full moon. There's a lot of energy. I'm not like into the whole astrology thing, but all my friends say this is a great moon for a lot of energy. Think about what you want, right? Think about what you want your eulogy to say, because you can write it every day starting now.